Smell like a box of crayons. Hi everyone, your local hipster, here to talk to you about the latest Poppy album. I disagree. Poppy, internet anomaly, popped up around 2014 with that weird YouTube channel that no one knew what to make heads or tails of. And before you know it, she was making music. It was a musical side project. It was just a weird one. Poppy is on her third studio album. This is it. However, she has put out 2 albums that aren't considered studio albums. You got the 336 Music to Sleep To and then the ICU Music to Read To. These 2 ambient albums don't really do much in the entire Poppy discography. However, going into this third album, I was kind of excited because a lot of the lead singles leading up to this sounded spectacular. Concrete, Blood Money, the title track, as well as Fill the Crown, they all sounded really nice. Poppy was going into a more alternative metal sound, which we see a lot of people toy in that sound, similar to the 2000s nu metal scene. When people usually toy around with these, it's nothing more than a song, an EP, but Poppy is out here making albums of alternative metal music. I didn't want to go into this album discrediting it. I mean, the singles were really good leading up to this album. However, was the anticipation too good to be true? For the most part, yes. Because what Poppy is doing on this album is not a straightforward metal sound, alternative metal, nu metal sound. Rather, it is a fusion of alt metal with the usual dream pop that she does. And in a weird way, this happens to be her most inconsistent album yet. For one, the lead singles to this album end up in the first half of the project. At 10 tracks, 4 of them were singles, so the other one is a metal song. Yes, you guessed it. Anything Like Me is the track that's in the first half that wasn't released as a single, at least as of now. And this does have a nice alternative sound to it, and so do the singles. One of the lead singles to this album, Concrete, starts off with these wailing air sirens. Then you have Poppy kind of whispering into the microphone, "Bury me in concrete, 6 feet deep." And then you get this amazing guitar riff, these very heavy, thick guitar riffs, which not only are on Concrete, but are on Fill the Crown, Blood Money, especially Blood Money, and I Disagree as well, the title track to this album. These instrumentals are not daring, they're not extravagant. Maybe for Poppy they are, but for a alt metal sound, this isn't too daring, too extreme. She's not pushing the boundaries of any sound. She's just kind of toying with the sounds that are given to her. And while the thick guitar riffs on Blood Money and Concrete and I Disagree are really nice, they're only so amazing the first time you listen to the album as a whole. And then after a while, the album just kind of gets a little stale, at least for me. However, there's another problem with this album that not a lot of people are making, and that is consistency, rather the lack thereof. After the track Fill the Crown, which is track 5 of this 10-track album, this thing really starts to fall apart. To illustrate this inconsistency, I have to point to the amazing contrast that Fill the Crown and Nothing I Need bring to the album. Fill the Crown is this glitchy metal sound that definitely takes influence from glitch hop, but this is definitely more of a metal song than anything else. However, the track Nothing I Need is straight up dream pop. Not even like sugar-coated in metal, it's straight up dream pop. No, it's not bad, but it just is a terrible contrast with metal. And when people make albums that have very different genres mixed in them, they need to fuse them in an ingenious way. It doesn't need to be breathtaking per se, but it needs to be clever, interesting, and unfortunately for this album, that's not what it does. Instead, just having these 2 contrasting sounds put together on this album but not infused together. It's not creative or smart or ingenious to put a sunshine pop or a dream pop song next to a nu metal cut. And I don't think we even get a moment where the second half of this album comes back up into a interesting way, or it leads back to the metal sound in a creative way either. We get the song Bite Your Teeth, which is just repetitive. Nothing really interesting is going on in this track, and then you get the 6-minute cut that ends the album off, Don't Go Outside. It's a fine dream pop song, but this is a nu metal album. Look at the cover, it's supposed to represent the darkness that alt metal and nu metal has. But this track doesn't end the album off the same way it starts. It's, again, a dream pop cut similar to Nothing I Need and Sick of the Sun. Again, the dream pop cuts are not bad, but they just don't fit cohesively in this album. This album starts incredibly, amazingly. However, it just ends very sadly, and it falls apart dramatically in the second half, just as beautifully as it started. So a C+ is what I'm feeling on this album, but I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts and opinions on this album down below? Let me know what albums you want me to review next, and that is it. Leave a like, comment, share, do whatever you want. Let me know how I can improve videos down below, and remember, this is only my opinion, because music is subjective.